it wouldn't be the first time I'll be seeing the story, but it was the first time I paid attention to certain details of the story. A gentleman, a Nigerian, a victim of Nigeria, an Ogoni boy, gospel, Kinani. His family attempted to tell the story of the boy's sojourn through prison. One of the things that struck me about his incarceration lent credence to a legend I've had multiple times before I went to prison and whilst I was in prison. I've heard stories told of persons who are in prison serving other persons' sentences. It is interesting that this young man, the victim of Nigeria, Gospel Kinani, was in prison under another name. I believe it was Baridi Sunday. And he left his home to get something to eat and he ended up in prison for lost his years. And from the stories I'm being told, equally lost his sanity. This is the Nigeria that we have built where the weakest are the most afflicted and are afforded no protection of the law. That is the Nigeria that we have built, but I'm speaking to it only as a window so that you may see the country that we have managed to construct in the absence of a space that may rightly be considered a citadel for the black race. This is the country we have built. And in that country, an entire judicial process from the police to the court to the prison, all the public ombudsman, nobody in prison listened to this boy until he lost his mind in prison. And it took the perseverance of a lawyer, somebody who just happened to listen to his story, believed the story, and worked to free him. That is the judicial process that we have built. The judiciary is the last hope of the common man. But then what happens when the judiciary becomes as patently useless as the one responsible for the incarceration of this helpless citizen?